How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massive Beer Reviews. Back. A little bit of Sherman Street up in this piece. Their first can, mind you, in the form of their This Is Only a Test Hazy Double Ipa Pale Ale. Sherman Street. I've done a couple of their beers on my channel. They're relatively close to me, probably about 30 minutes away. And they're in the Lehigh Valley. They're new. The brewer there, Bo, has been brewing for years and years and years, so not a new brewer, but the spot is new, and I dig their beers. And today I had to go, quick tangent. Sunday, which is going to be tomorrow, is going to be like the first cold day. The first real fall cold day. It's going to be a high of 59 here. When we get to that day, I make a specific exact meal my mom used to make called mince and tatties. It's an old Scottish thing. So I had to go get stuff for that. And get stuff for that, I need specific stuff. I need Bisto, which is a powdered gravy maker from Ireland. I can get that in Lehigh Valley. Hence the reason why I went down to Lehigh Valley. Hence the reason I stopped here. So I stopped by, had a couple beers, watched the soccer game, Chelsea versus... who are they playing? Brentford? Something. I forget. Anyway, and hung out, had a couple of beers, and I saw they had these on the cooler. I know they released this about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. For some reason, I thought they'd sell out. So it was nice that they still had some of these. So I bought a 4-pack. Gave one to Keith. He'll review it too. This is only a test. Label is cool. It reminds me kind of like Simpsons mixed with like Beavis and Butthead kind of drawing. I don't know. Sherman Street Brewing Company, Allentown, PA. This is a Hazy Double Ipa with Mosaic. And there is no canning date, but like I said, it's, 2 weeks maybe, max. It looks like a rich, sweet Hazy Double Ipa. I mean, it's got a haziness to it, but it's not that super soupy kind of turbidity that you see in a lot of these big old hazy IPAs. More of a classic, old school, new school kind of hazy IPA. Think like your Second Fiddles, things like that kind of rolling along. Just under pinky finger, barely off-weight head, and that rich kind of orange core to it. More amber than anything else, so you can get a nose. I mean, it is really fruit forward and almost like a candied, slightly sweet fruit forward, but very much in a stone fruity kind of gummy, stone fruit gumminess, like a apricot, peach, that kind of thing going on, and almost like a jammy kind of sweetness to it. There is a bittering to it. There wants to be a little bit of a West Coasty kind of bitterness floating around in there, but it's just not quite coming to a head. So what am I expecting here? I'm expecting a sweet, rich, almost like jammy kind of marmalade kind of stone fruitiness to it, and the taste with maybe just a little bit of bittering kind of fluttering in the end there to add a little bit of balance. But the nose smells quite nice. Yeah, it smells like a double IPA, let's put it that way. Let's dive in. Cheers. Okay, it's just a skosh more bittering than I thought it would be, and I actually really do enjoy that. The fruit portion of the show here is definitely rich, definitely sweet, and it definitely uber ripened. I wouldn't go to the point where I'd call this beer cloying. It's double IPA. It's supposed to be sweet, especially in these new school kind of hazy varieties, but it definitely is leaning heavily into a stone fruit and tropical fruit, over ripened mango kind of thing, more than your kind of classic kind of citrus kind of vibes here. Even though you can sit here and pick some citrus out of it, sure, you can do that with pretty much any of these hazies, but it really is that stone fruit, tropical fruit kind of combination that's really coming through and through. There is a bittering to this, like I said. It's not hyper aggressive, but it's a little bit more than I thought there would be, in a very, very pleasant way. Sharp, piney, not resiny, not danky, just more of a piney, kind of West Coasty kind of bitterness, like old school Chinook, Columbus kind of thing going on here. I mean, they say this is all Mosaic, or they have Mosaic written on here. I doubt it's just a single hop beer. It could be, but I feel like there's a sturdy kind of C kind of background in there, bringing this kind of West Coast bitterness to this really big, rich, robust kind of New England style kind of fruit juiciness. A really nice mouthfeel. Not going to be confused with anything overly dense or anything like that, but quite nice. I dig this. And probably my favorite part about this beer, I didn't read an ABV on here, did I? I don't believe I did. I'm guessing this has got to be all 8%. It's a double IPA. It drinks like a double IPA. You know, a lot of these double IPAs out there tend to be like, 8.5%, and they drink more like a 5-6% hazy. I'm not talking about alcohol content here and alcohol kind of presence. A lot of people confuse that with what I'm trying to talk about. I'm talking about just level of impact, from mouthfeel to the way the fruit kind of expresses itself on the hop side of things to the bitterness. For the lack of a more complicated answer, this tastes like there's less. Even though they're higher ABV, more often than not, some of the better beers that I've had have been lower ABVs that drink like this. This is definitely drinking all the part of like 8.5%, and that's a very good thing. When I drink these high ABV beers, I want to be rewarded for those ABVs, and this one definitely does that in a very tasty way. I dig this. I think it's fun. I like it. And honestly, first can out of the chute for a brewery, you could do a billion times worse than this. Let's talk about it. Is it one of the better double IPAs I've had as late? Yes. Is it Mount Rushmore status? Maybe not, but it's eating towards the top. Very tasty stuff. There's a lot of hazies out there, so it's a very stiff competition, and it's a very good beer. Value and availability on this, $18 a 4-pack. Small brewery. First can's $18 double IPA. It's kind of market value now, so I can get it. I can complain about price points, but we're not going to do that. And leave you with, if you like what we like this beer, if you like big old hazy double IPAs, you're not going to really be disappointed. Listen, all the beers that I've had from Sherman Street have been quite tasty and quite fun. And there's a really big difference between a lot of their hazy IPAs. A lot of breweries you go into, or I shouldn't even say hazy IPAs, I should just say IPAs. A lot of breweries you go into, it's the same card, different option. There, it feels like you're getting quite a bit different beer on almost all the different kind of hop forward beers. And plus, they got lager game going on. I had a hopped up Pilsner. I had a squeaky clean lager. I was there. So a lot of variety, a lot of, just good beer to go around. So yeah, Allentown, baby. Coming up. Got some great breweries. Bond's down there. McCall's down there. Two Rivers. Bunch of breweries in and around that area. So yeah, if you're close to 22, close to the airport, this is definitely a spot to hit because they make some really tasty stuff. So if you like tasty beers, you'll like this. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, if you want to talk about it, Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff, let me know if you've had this, please. Or anything from McCall. I'm curious to see what you think about them. I'm not McCall, sorry. Sherman Street. And Beer Massive podcasting stuff. We just posted a podcast with Jeff Alworth from the Beer Bible. Go check that out. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little bit of Sherman Street right now. Hope to see you next time. Cheers.